Good morning. Happy Good Friday. I stand here in a very tranquil, serene, quiet place as I look at the mountains full of snow, Pikes Peak, and the moon is just getting ready to set behind the range. What a perfect atmosphere for us to celebrate what Jesus did on the cross for us at Good Friday. This is the Garden of the Gods, and I thought it was the perfect spot because in context, the man that we are remembering today said just about a week ago, if these people don't praise me, the rocks will cry out. And if you've ever hiked here, you have the privilege of living here, you know that this creation around you literally sings God's praises with its beauty. This garden is a beautiful place, but I remember another garden, and it's found about 1,000,000 miles from here, the Garden of the Gethsemane. And Jesus was there not in the morning, but the evening of Good Friday when he brought his friends there to pray. And I'm sure it was also very quiet there. Jesus often withdrew from his friends. The disciples wrote this in the scriptures many times, that he often withdrew to pray. But this time he brought his friends with him. And this was the night that he prayed, if this cup could pass from me, then take it. But if it can't, not my will, but yours be done. What a perfect example for us when he knew that certain death was coming. I can't help but mention one more garden, and that was a garden where Mary saw Jesus again for the first time after he rose from the dead. I love to celebrate Easter, and we will do that in just 3 days. But she didn't know it was him at the time, and she even thought it was the garden keeper. She didn't recognize him. And this was also the same garden that the angel said to the people, why do you look for the living among the dead? And that's the question I want to leave you with today. Why do you look for the living among the dead? That's the question that brings a smile to our face when we celebrate communion. That's the question that makes Friday good. That's the question that brings us hope. Because Jesus said, every time you receive this bread and this cup, remember what I did on the cross for you. And these days, it is a celebration for us because when we remember what Jesus did on the cross for us, we remember what he did in the garden 3 days later when he rose from the dead. So why do you look for the living among the dead? Would you find something to take communion with us? I have some bread and some juice, and we're going to receive it together today. Jesus broke the bread, it says, and then he handed it out to his disciples. And his disciples didn't completely understand what was going on at this point. Jesus said, this is my body, and this is what's going to happen. Basically, this is going to happen to me in the next couple of days. I'm going to die for you, and my body is going to be broken. And although they didn't understand at the time, they later did, and the early church practiced communion often to remember what Jesus did. And we're going to do that right now. So would you take your bread, and if you have a cup, would you of juice or something, get that ready. And I'm going to pray, and I wrote down a prayer today, and would you pray this with me? Lord, we thank you that we do not have to look for the living among the dead, but instead we find relationship in you among the living. We thank you that we do not have to look for our religion among the dead. It's not a religion, it's a relationship. So we take this today in remembrance of what you did on the cross, and we look forward to what we're going to celebrate in 3 days. Would you take this with me? It says that Jesus took the cup, and after he had blessed it, he passed it around to them. And once again, they did not completely understand that he said, "This is my blood shed for you." We're going to receive this today in remembrance of what Jesus did and in thanksgiving for our forgiveness and our healing. Would you take it with me? I hope you have a great Good Friday today, and I challenge you to think today about what Jesus said when he said, "Follow me." What does it mean to you? When Jesus said, "Take up your cross daily." I think it would be remiss if we went through this whole entire day without thinking, what does it mean for me to take up my cross daily? Maybe take 2 or 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and just contemplate and think on this and the things of Jesus in his last week. Maybe even do it right now before this video is over. But from all of us at New Song Family and here in the Garden of the Gods, we say, have a blessed Good Friday. We love you.
There was a moment when the lights went out, when death had claimed its victory. The King of love had given up his life, the darkest day in history. There on a cross they made for sinners. For every curse his blood atoned. One final breath and it was finished, but not the end we could have known. For the earth began to shake and the veil was torn. What sacrifice was made as the heavens roared. Oh, hail King Jesus. Oh, hail the Lord of heaven and earth. Oh, hail King Jesus. There was a moment when the sky lit up, a flash of light breaking through. When all was lost, we crossed eternity. The King of life was on the move. For in a dark, cold tomb, where our Lord was laid, one miraculous breath, and we're forever